guys! So I know it's been a while since I've done a video, and I thought I'd come to you today to do a video on something that I've been actively trying to do each and every day, and that is staying positive, which in the current climate and the current economy that we live in these days seems to be very hard for everyone. It just seems like everyone is just inherently pessimistic. Like, it's far more easy to be like FML rather than be like yay ML, if you will. But yeah, I found that little things will irk me, like my laptop battery running out, and I'll just be like, ugh, the world is against me, or little things like that just get me down. And I've realized that I needed to change my attitude because it wasn't affecting anyone else. I wasn't hurting anyone but me. So I put together a few tips and tricks that I've been using to sort of stop myself from going down the negative road and run away from that dark cloud of pessimism. And so hopefully these will be like your own special Patronus to those evil soul-sucking dementors of pessimism. Did you like what I did there? That little metaphor. Anyway, so here goes. Tip number 1, and possibly one of my all-time: don't dwell on the negatives. Don't think about that time that you tripped up, or the exam that you failed, or that argument you had with someone. Don't dwell on that negative. Don't keep over-hashing it in your mind and thinking, oh my god, this bad thing happened, because that will only lead you on to thinking more and more negatively. And so you have to stop yourself from dwelling on the negatives. And with that, it leads on to tip number 2, which is keep yourself occupied. When you start feeling negative, when you start feeling sad and upset, when you start thinking about things that may have not gone great in your life, move on and just do something. Whatever it is that you can do. Watch a movie, write something down, do your room up. I'm pretty sure your room is pretty messy right now. You could be doing your room if you're feeling pretty upset. Go for a run. Anything to distract yourself and keep your mind occupied, keep yourself occupied, keep yourself busy, so that you're not in your head thinking about the negatives and dwelling on the negatives. Tip number 3 is to, like I said before, when you're keeping yourself occupied, one of the things you can do is exercise. Because we all hear those people who are sort of fitness freaks and they seem so happy. And I know, because I live with one of them. My sister is an absolute, obviously most of you might probably be subscribed to her, and she is one of those very motivated, motivational people, and she is constantly happy. And I know from like when she was younger, she wasn't always like that, and so she's grown into this person who's like far more positive, and I think that has a lot to do with exercising. And because obviously exercising boosts your endorphins, and it's like there are scientific reports that have shown that exercising, you get that sort of endorphin boost, which endorphins are the good hormones that make you feel that happy, warm, fuzzy feeling in the gut of your stomach. And if you want to feel that way, then go for a little run, do a little cardio, do something, get those endorphins working. And also exercise is really good because it distracts you from whatever you're thinking. You're not exactly going to be exercising and thinking, oh, I have this deadline and all those negative things. You're thinking, you're focused on the activity you're doing, and then afterwards you feel awesome about yourself because you're like, wow, I just ran a mile, or I ran 2 miles, whatever you can do at your fitness level. It's still amazing, and you will feel good about yourself because you have achieved that. Therefore, distracting yourself from the negative. Tip number 4, count your blessings. And this really does work, because if you sit there and you think, my life is a suckish bowl of suck, then you can just if you sit down and if you have to, list it down if you have to, and think, well, actually, I have a roof over my head, which is more than most people have. I have food on my table. I have family and friends. You might not get along with them all the time, but you still have them, and they probably do care. If you sit down and you truly count your blessings, you can walk, you can talk, you can hear, all those things that you take for granted. If you sit down and you think that some people aren't as fortunate to have those things, then you think, oh, well, I suppose what am I moaning about really? Because whatever might be affecting me right now is not going to be affecting me for the rest of my life, probably. So count your blessings, people. Tip number 5 is to talk to someone. If it's really something that's getting you down, if it's an issue that's really upsetting you, talk to someone that's close to you, someone who you know you can trust, someone who won't judge you necessarily, someone who's only there to help you, and talk to them and share what you're feeling, because getting it out sometimes is the best thing you can do, or they can help you make up a decision of what you need to do, whether it is to seek further sort of help from like getting a counselor or something like that, or just like getting it off your chest can be pretty amazing, because I know that when I'm feeling upset, if I just talk it out, I pretty much feel like, yeah, well, that's the end of that, and I don't need to worry about that anymore. And also, if you don't necessarily want to talk to someone about it, then write it down in a journal or something like that. I'm not really a person who's always kept journals, but I do write when I'm a bit upset. Well, actually, all the times I've ever written sort of in a journal was when I was younger and I was upset about something. And it's always, and also you should keep those journals, because it's always funny to look back on those journals and be like, oh my goodness, I was worried about this. I was such a crazy little person. Tip number 6 is to sleep. Sleep is so important. I can't stress how important sleep is, because I remember when I was at uni and sort of my sleep pattern was off. I had to be going to sleep in the early hours of the morning, like 2, 3 in the morning, maybe 4, and then waking up around 12. And first of all, you haven't got enough hours of sleep. And second of all, your sleeping pattern is all out of whack. So when you wake up, you're like basically a zombie and you're not feeling good. But if you get your 8 hours of sleep and you wake up early in the morning, you find yourself feeling a lot better. I found that I feel a lot better when I go to sleep before 12, or try and go to sleep before 12, because it's kind of difficult to do, and wake up in the morning and get whatever I need to get done out of the way, because sleep is very important. And also, this lack of sleep increases generation of the stress hormone, and sort of also it's not good for your skin. Like your skin, you'll notice it looks a little bit more dull, and you feel more lethargic and just blah. So sleeping is very important in helping you keep your sort of positive levels up. Tip number 7 is to surround yourself with positive people, because if you surround yourselves with people who are constantly moaning about something or are negative about other things, that rubs off on you and the way you think, and so it will bring you down, and they're more likely to not support what you are trying to achieve or what you're trying to do, and they'll just instantly go to the negative. But if you surround yourselves with positive, optimistic people who dream big, then you in yourself will want to do the same. You will feel more comfortable voicing your big dreams and being optimistic about where you're going in your life. So surround yourselves with happy, friendly, positive people, because they will only lift you up and not bring you down. Tip number 8 is to try a little meditation. I know it sounds like weird, but I found that from doing yoga, for that taking time out to get outside of your head, like I was saying before, is very important. Meditation will stop you from thinking those toxic thoughts and will get you out of your head, and also helps you sort of assess a situation and come up with ways of approaching a situation that's getting you down. So try a little bit of meditation. Try at first, if you've never done meditation before, just do like a 5-minute meditation where you just concentrate on your breathing and just make sure you're in a space with no one else around you, and just keep yourself mellow, and yeah, just concentrate on your breathing and nothing else. Tip number 9 is to remember that there is a season for everything, and that means that you can't possibly think that you're constantly going to be happy. If you're going through a tough time right now, a dip in the sort of road, then that is there for a reason. If you are religious, if you aren't religious, you can still believe that whatever is happening to you is happening for a reason, and it's only going to make you stronger as a person. Going through difficult times will only make you better and make you stronger. So yeah, that's what I found. It will also make you sort of patient, or just build certain aspects of your character that you didn't have before. Yeah, okay, so tip number 10 is to keep smiling, because it actually tricks your body into thinking that you are happy, and it boosts those endorphins around your brain and makes you feel all nice and happy. I don't know if you've ever tried it when you're feeling a bit upset and you're like, huh? And you're like, whoa, I feel good. I feel, even if you're, like when I'm exercising now, if I do a little smile, no matter how horrible I feel a little bit better. If I do a little smile, it's like, oh, okay, this is the endorphin boost. And yeah, so try that for just a quick fix if you're really feeling down. So I hope those tips help. Those are just a few things that I've picked up to help me get out of my funk and stay positive and stay happy. Yeah, so I found that these tips have helped me pick myself up a little bit and boost myself and realize that things aren't as bad as I may have once perceived them to be. So I hope that they help you guys. Leave any other tips and tricks that you have in the comments below, because as I said, this is a journey that I'm going on to change myself and change the way that I've looked at stuff, because I was never naturally pessimistic. I was always sort of an optimist, but sort of life events have just made me sort of stay in the negatives, and I want to change that. I want to be optimistic now. No matter what my situation, no matter how I'm feeling, I'm going to try and push myself to be optimistic. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and leave comments below about how you stay positive, how you stay uplifted, and thumbs up if you like the video, and I will be coming to you guys with more videos, and I'll see you next time.